Wow. Wow. Literal first thing. So, hello, buddy. I'm Burrhead2, and welcome back to Paper Mario, the Origami King. You caught a blooper. Calamitius Calamari. It's plain to see. This one rules the Great Sea. 400 centimeters. I believe this probably counts as the legendary blooper. I don't know. This one... Come on, the Cheep Cheep. Please, please let this one be it. You know, apparently the only place to get the legendary blooper and Cheep Cheep is here on Full Moon Island. Which, you know, that would have been really nice to know before. And, I extend my formal apology on wasting your time in the last video for that. Cheep Cheep is huge, the ruler of the Great Sea. Alright, I'm gonna stop fishing. I'm gonna see if I can get that notification. I got my pen ready. There it is. Just gotta make sure. What else could it be? You've earned the Fish Finder Trophy. There we go. That actually makes 1/3 of the 9 trophies. That's 3, of course. Currently found that the ones I needed to find. I did do 3 battles in the way here to add to the total of 200, excuse me, that I need, which is all fine and dandy. So, as for ones that have no relation to the museum that I have left to do, win 200 battles, and get 100 points in Expert Shuriken Dojo is what I wrote down. So the Expert mode, of course, in the Shuriken Dojo in Shogun Studios, which I probably should have done that while I was there. A little late for that now, of course. But that doesn't mean I get the opportunity to cut all this stuff out. Go back and, you know, whatever, you know what I mean, I'll see you there. I am definitely not looking forward to this, but I can't believe that I somehow got both the Cheep Cheep and Blooper on the first try. Look at it, 93 points. I almost got, oh, that's just nice. Alright. Okay, flip time this one. Take that. Take this 1 point. Whatever I can get. I don't think I can go below 0 in this one, I think. Oh, just barely. Ooh, just missed it. Okay. I'm doing horrible. Almost got you, Toad. I'm sorry. There's that one. Oh, almost got that one, darn it. Oh, I almost had that one. Little one. Okay, oh, this is so finicky, man. That's kind of the point. There we go. Got 60. Less than 10 seconds left. And this should at least be kind of quick. 65. Why did I go for that -1? Alright, this is gonna be fun. This is just gonna be great. I'm super in the mood to be doing this right now. Okay, 1, take that, I guess. Take that 3. Take that 2. Therefore, line up this one. There we go, 8. Perfect. There's 3. 3. Here's an 8. There we go. Oops, missed 3. 3. There we go, okay. 8. Good stuff. 3. Great. 3. Fantastic. 2. Not what I was going for. 1. Not what I was going for. Missing a couple here. 5. And there's 3. And... Okay, 3. That's 1, I guess. Take that 2. That's 3. Take 5. Doing good. Not really. 8. Scored. Ah, there we go. 84. 89. Come on. Oh, I almost had it. I almost had it. Oh, that's close. Oh man, that was close. Okay, well, okay, I want to go again. How much time do I have to do this? I have 1 minute. So repeats shouldn't take very long. I press the wrong button on that one for some reason. Okay, 3. Come on. I'm missing that 8 one. I'm missing the 8. Why did I go for that? Oh, darn it. They knew. Alright, so bad start. Okay, I got 2, down to 3. Take that 1. Take that 3. Okay. Carefully. Ooh, take that. Oh man, I missed all of them. I had to miss that. And that one too. Come on. There we go. That's what I needed. Take that one. Take that one. Take that one. Alright, we're at 66. Doing, well, it could be a lot better, admittedly. There's that 8 in the background. Ooh, 8, I wasn't even going for. 82. 88. Completely with that. And that one. And that one. Alright, okay. I'm getting better on average. Oh, I got a fire hammer. This is great. That's extremely useful. I do need to equip some new items, actually. A couple broke on my last couple battles. But I wanted that. Ooh. There we go. 8. That's 10. Why did I do that? There we go. 3. Carefully. I didn't get that. Whatever. Oh, almost hit the toad. Sorry about that, toad. But, yeah, you can take those risks in this line of work, I assume. I'm sure it's the job description to say it's. You might get hit with a shuriken. 36, 38. Somehow completely missed that. I don't know what's going for that one. 45, 48, 50, 53. Can't get that one. Ah, darn it. That's not gonna help. Come on, come on. You take that. Take that. 70. 74. 80. Okay, I'm trending downwards. A nice hammer. Alright. I guess this is like just free item glitch or something. Ooh, right off the bat. Could use a lot more of those. Take that 3. Take that 1, I guess. Ooh, I missed the 8. I need to be a little more strategic with throwing these things. They're just throwing them out willy-nilly like that. Okay, missing that one. There we go, just missed the 8. 33. Not looking good. Probably not gonna get it this time. There we go. That 5. Please, just that one, whatever. There we go. And a 2. Come on, load. There we go, thank you. 70. Looking good. That's a 3. That's a 1. 84. 87. 89. 90. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, I'd really like to get through this at some point today. I feel really good about that. Okay, 2. Did I get that 8? Just barely. Okay, take that 1, I guess. It's gonna line up. Ooh. 5. I get 5. Please. Oh, okay. Really. There's 5 there. Darn. The 2 instead. That's okay. Take that 3, I suppose. Oop. I had to miss that. What to say? Come on, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Oh, yes. Trick shot. Let's go for that. -1. Take the 3, I suppose. Darn it. Really, I'm at 47 right now. That's not looking good. There we go. 8. Come on, load faster. Load faster. Load faster. There we go. That's what I like to see. It's 3. Ah, this is just embarrassing. Come on. 77. I need to be more strategic. I'm just going willy-nilly. Try to find the highest value one out there and go for that. Got a bunch of 3s. There's an 8. Prioritize high value panels. Alright, there's 5. If I get that 5, there we go. Get that 5. Hopefully there's one low enough to get the time to get the 8. Yeah, it won't. But I can go for that. Get everything. 8. 8. Take that 3. There's 3. Take that 2. I'm at 40. Looking good. Looking good. Take that 2 right there. Then I missed the 5. Crap, that got me. Completely with that one. Okay, this is 5. Take that 3. 8. Can be over here. Load faster. Oh, I gotta get the 1! I got ripped off. Okay, 8. 8. There we go. Thank you. And what over here? Thank you for that one. Come on, get out of the way. -1 panel. There we go. Just nicked it. Just nicked it. Okay, that's 80. That's less than 5 seconds. 83. 86. Alright, well that helped me a little bit. Better than 77, but I've done better just going for random things. So it's not looking good for me so far. Take that 3, I suppose. Take where you can get them. Take that 3. Another 3. Alright, there's 8. Please don't. There we go. Just that's pretty nice, pretty nice. Alright. Take that 5. Ooh, I got the 1 instead. That's ridiculous. Completely whiffed that for some reason. Oh, I tried going for that 8. If I make it. There's 5. Alright. Good stuff, good stuff. There we go. 48. Looking good, looking good. Take that 1. There we go. 5. Another 5. Lovely. 59. 62. 65. 67. Oh, we got 69. Okay, they got me on that one. Why'd I do that? Why'd I do that? That's not gonna help. Okay, okay. 79. Almost got a -1. Come on. It's 87. 87. Not gonna make it, but I'm gonna make a effort. 92. That's 93. Not bad. Probably stop saying all those numbers out loud. It's getting kind of annoying by now, I'm sure. But 90, 93. Not terrible. Not terrible. Alright. 5. Okay, don't let that 3. I hit him! I do that! Yeah, it's almost worth it. That's almost worth it. Alright, so, probably not going to make it right now. Pretty horrible start. All things considered. That's 20 seconds in. Alright, okay. Just horrible. Horrible, just horrible. Of course, I knew it was going to do that. Yeah, really? Come on. Come on. Alright, okay, I take that. Okay, that's 43. That's my fault. I should have noticed. Darn it. Really. Okay, 48. Less than half seconds. Less than half a second time remaining. I don't know what I'm saying, and still less than half the score that I had, and now have half the score. There's actually 10 seconds left. Can I make 50 points in less than 10 seconds? I made 11 so far. 19. That's really good RNG, I'd say. It's gonna be a long day, isn't it? It's gonna be a long day. Okay. 3. 6. Really? Try to do that to me. 27. That's good. That's good. It's good. I knew it was gonna be one of the panels in front of me. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? Alright, there we go. Looking good. Something that 8 panel. There we go. 46. Looking pretty. There we go. That's 50. That's beyond the dot. Come on, give me some good ones. 20 seconds left. Left remaining. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. That's 3. That's another 3. 57. Looking bad. Looking bad. Whipped it. Knew it. Knew it. Knew it. Come on, come on. There we go. 68. 68. Ah, come on. Why do I keep whiffing? I did it! Ah! Oh, I did it! I did it! I almost... Oh, I got a -1 at the very end. Oh, I hate this thing.
What, Mario? You got 101 points. That beats my all-time score of 99 points. I'm a Shuriken Pro, so this makes you a bona fide Shuriken Master. There's proof I was a trophy in the museum. Way to go, champ.
Oh, I was not having fun. I was not in the mood for that anyway, for that repetitive annoyance. Anyway, that's definitely one more thing I can cross off my miniature list. Get 100 points in the effort mode in the Shuriken Dojo. So far that crosses off 4 of the 9 things I'm looking for. One last particular thing that I can do is try and win 200 battles. Probably not going to do that in this video. Probably more on my own time, and I'm not looking forward to that. I think probably one of the biggest things I could do to try and pad the rest of this video, you know, try to get it more up to the time I'm looking for, definitely save, is probably visit the museum, see what I'm missing there, potentially, because I know I'm fairly certain, I remember that to get the art, you need to use, like, points you get through collecting toads. And that given I have all the toads, I should have all the points, and I should be able to unlock everything, so I just need to go through there, and, you know, just unlock everything, probably just to get that trophy. The sound gallery, I admittedly don't remember how that works. But as for right now, I'm just gonna go around and see if I can't find any missing treasures in Toad Town, something I haven't done quite yet. It's still sitting at a nice, solid 86%, so the trophies definitely do not count. Anything in here? No.
Home sweet home. I'm never going outside again.
Where would they... where would they be? Where in the world? This is a very good question. Probably nothing in here, nothing back around here. I think there was a treasure back here, but I got that like at the very beginning of the game. Just gotta make sure. Yeah, I just going around to see if I get my treasure alert to go off. As a check, I still have that equipped, which is great news. But if I didn't, I would turn it on, I suppose. So, granted, it's likely going to be inside one of the houses. Now, which one is a pretty big question. Probably something in here. I ain't leaving. Toads and Goombas living together. It's like we're total opposites. See, it's a great idea for a TV show that's never been done before. But do you hear that monster outside for us? Not that I get outside much. Ha! Wow, I've never seen such strong paper, Mario. So maybe from my Uncle Pete. He's cardboard. Honestly, the accommodations here are better than Bowser's Castle. Oh, hey, Mario. Moving in here, too? You're stuck pretty tight, so one bed is pretty comfy.
I thought getting a few roommates would lighten things up here a bit. Just don't even say anything.
Okay. I only say something if I was looking for treasures. That's only me. I'm saying this stuff right now. I mean, if I found treasures. Oh, gosh. I haven't the slightest where these things could possibly be. I would get the alert. Nothing over here. Maybe I should check the Toad Town outskirts a little bit. You know, just generally in and around the place. Maybe in here a little bit? I think I already checked in here. No, battles to fight. One of the few times I'm gonna be looking for those. Nothing. Yeah, I've been here before already. This is very familiar. This guy's gone. Oh well. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That is quite sad. Oh, okay, I should probably just stop farting around. Any good... I wonder if it's got to appear as something. That's entirely possible. Oh, he's up here now.
Hello again, Mario. It seems I am once again in your debt. You rescued my loyal employee. Now, then, allow me to offer you the good deal on confetti. It's the least I can do.
I don't need anything. Yeah. That's my boss. Well, I am very disappointed that there's nothing out there. There's nothing in Peach's Castle, because I probably would have found that earlier. My earlier escapades looking for stuff. And I seriously doubt that there's going to be anything sitting around here.
I think I'm gonna grab a drink to really get your heart moving like a hummingbird. Whee! Don't worry, the turtle tea is made with imitation turtle. Because, really, you can still really taste the turtle. Now here's Monster is gone. I'm gonna meet in the shade. I'm not moving from here until the Origami Festival.
Sure, I'll take the rabbit espresso. Oh, I certainly am. Now, how long does this last? That's a good question. I feel like this is going to help quite a bit. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's lame. Alright, so I'm probably just gonna cut till I find something. Okay, so after doing some careful research, I'll look it up again, because I value not wasting time more than finding legitimately in this case. So I guess I'm gonna save this guy. He's been stuck here the whole game. I wanted to wait because I think it'd be funny, but yeah, this guy's just been stuck here the whole game, and I forgot about him. So, well, all the toads are back. I guess the line for the sewer is gonna be out of control again. And he just feels like standing in that same spot. He was very precariously in that spot, might I add, but, yeah. So it turns out... Oops. So as it turns out, the only way to get the last 2 treasures is that you have to beat the final boss. That's great. Great news, so you apparently cannot actually 100% the game fully. But this does mean just to kill a little bit of time, I suppose. Not that I need to, but we can go to the museum, check that out, and check what's going on there. And then if I'm missing anything, I can go out and find it. I've got a couple new trophies. My much maligned fish trophy. This one wasn't too bad. That one also wasn't that bad. Yeah, this one was annoying. I have 5, but I could probably get like 4 of them right here. So, here it is at the art gallery. Welcome to the world-renowned Musée Champignon Art Gallery. You can browse a wealth of artistic images from each of the regions you've explored. As you explore, you rack up toad points, so you'll be able to unlock new artistic treasures one by one. You can earn toad points simply by rescuing toads. Of course, to see how many points you have at any given time, open the menu and select that info tab. Now, by all means, browse our selection and continue rescuing as many toads as possible. I've got all of them. So, I guess we're gonna have a mini tour here. Normally this stuff would be in a extra episode, but I guess I'm doing that right now. Here we have artwork for Peach's Castle. Honestly, not that interesting. There is definitely some interesting early content here. And not really early content, but, you know, early designs for things. Most of this stuff is, looks pretty accurate to how the game is, except for this. This is titled Goal Aesthetic. Has exterior main hall, interior, goal aesthetic. So, I'm guessing this is just simply a mock-up image of what they kind of want the game to look like. That necessarily isn't a representation of a legitimate area they intended to put in the game. Magic Circle ideas, this is quite interesting. Here we seem to have another one of those goal aesthetic ones at the bottom right corner, more or less implemented into the game. Probably, unless it's simply drawn on there because it looks like it's being rendered in engine, because it looks pretty similar to the final lighting, but again, that could simply be a drawing. I don't know. I didn't work on this game. But it's a lot of really interesting stuff here. I think they kind of ended up going with one of the more boring options, I do kind of like that spiral one as seen in the image on the bottom right. It's in the bottom middle. The final one is kind of boring. One above that's kind of interesting, but I respect the final image. The one with the two hands up there on the top right, that one's kind of weird looking. And the one on the top left, that one's a little strange as well. Oh, next page. Hope this one's good. So here you have Toad Town, which looks like pretty much exactly the same. Admittedly, it looks like it's a very stylized render. There are differences. I do notice that the pipe there on the bottom left, that's different. There's a normally grassy area that goes back there, but everything else honestly looks pretty good. The museum is a little different. The Battle Lab has a yellow cap instead of a red cap. Looking at some minor differences, it all looks pretty okay. I don't see a pipe in front of the museum, but yeah, everything is fairly accurate. I think I see. No, there's only one Mario. I thought I saw Mario, but there's a Toad over there on the stairs on the left. All right, so stop looking at that. Don't look at something else. Museum interior, everything looks honestly pretty much how you'd expect it. Except there's signs next to the doors instead of above the doors. That's for what each area is. Interesting. Honestly, it's pretty boring. It looks pretty... Again, it could simply be one of those goal aesthetic things as well. That it's, not like a representation again of like an actual area they wanted to include in the game, but rather that it's just like, you know, we want it to look like this. In essence, nothing too interesting going on here. Everything looks... I mean, there's some minor differences here, but this looks all like drawn rather than rendered. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just rambling. This is going to take quite a while, but we're going to look at all this art, and it's fun. The Whispering Woods. I'm not going to go through and list all the differences. I do like the misty Whispering Woods. That is definitely very atmospheric. I like that. A lot of sweet sap login, some Japanese text that's both too fuzzy to read, and the fact I can't read Japanese, that kind of hurts my understanding of the facts here. Now, one thing I do want to point out is I will probably get to see these eventually. I'm sure of these particular images I'm thinking of here. But I think they went as far as to try actually folding particular parts or particular things, like enemies, like in real life, to try to get a more of like a 3D physical sense, I assume, of how to actually probably make the 3D models and things like that. And I will say, I'm not looking these over too carefully here, so probably missing some stuff. There's a lot of cool details, but I'm not looking too thoroughly at this. Somehow I'll do more on my own time. But like more as to what I was saying, I think he looks pretty accurate, more or less. Like that's the really nice attention to detail. Like they really wanted it to look nice. In here, yeah, this is pretty good. We have paper Goombas. The stuff on the left look kind of different, but anyway, we got big ones. Big ones. This is great. This is boring. Probably some interesting stuff there I could point out, but I didn't look too closely. Autumn Mountain in the background here looks quite a bit different. Overlook Mountain themes. Notice on the one, the top right image, top left, excuse me, looks very similar to that to the final game, but not exactly. The one on the right look quite a bit different, especially the bottom right. That's not even like in a playable area. Now, granted, looking at everything except for the bottom right, looks like all the environment, like the playable environment looks pretty much exactly the same. So they're probably missing more with the background stuff than any of the foreground stuff. You do see some instructions here on how to fold some of the items seen in the game. So they really, I really have to commend their attention to detail for making this stuff. It's really impressive. It's really impressive. Nothing too particularly interesting in that one. We can change the area. Oh boy! And Blue Streamer. Again, not my favorite area. Just not a huge fan of the overall style. But it's pretty. It's nice. This still ends up looking really close to the final game. It's almost a little disappointing. We have more art here. I do have to admit, I do like what I see here, especially the images on the left. Those look really nice. I kind of like how the top right the right-hand image. Excuse me. I like how this green grass, it kind of seems to like change more into autumn the more you go up there. That's cool. I do like the gray water on the one on the bottom right. That's pretty cool. That is very nice. Sharing is not my favorite style, but I think it goes together very, very nice, and it's pleasing on the eyes. Anything here? Just some Eddy River Rapids stuff. See some purple on that one image in the bottom right, and some strange like vector lines right above that. It's a little strange. Not exactly sure what that's for, but I'm sure the developers know. Right there in the middle is like blue and green and red. That's very developmental stuff. Looking at it, like that's just like identifying different parts of what they're trying to do there. Because it's very orange for some reason. I see question mark blocks on the actual path. That's, I guess, kind of would have been nice to have. But it looks like they were just trying to identify the parts, seeing how they fit together, especially that like vector line thing I was pointing out, like how all different parts of the model would fit on top of each other. It's very interesting. I love seeing these developmental secrets here. I love unused content. I love this stuff. That's why I've talked about it a couple of times. This is super interesting. I would love to see more like early stuff here. I see like a more shrine gate. Seeing like over the developmental head. That looks more like the, I don't know what even that is, but that like Oriental Japanese gate looks a lot like that. So good theming there on their part, I suppose. Too bad they didn't use it. So different waterfalls. I like kind of all of them. That first one's a little funny looking, but you know, it's whatever. Don't get off my nose whichever one they chose. They all look good to me. As for this, this all looks relatively. Yeah, it's pretty much just like what is in the final game, so a little disappointing. Well, a bunch of small ones here. So Shogun Studios, a little different, but largely the same. Can't point out any extreme differences there. The staff room, again, largely the same. This is just a bunch of really small stuff, so probably nothing too interesting. We see like actual ninja toads. There's a Birdo and a toad with a mustache. That's cute. In those pictures, that's nifty. This is gonna be a long video. Oh boy. Let's just speed through this here. I want to look at it, just see if I can find anything. But this is really nothing too extremely interesting. This probably is just basic layout of the interior. Interesting art style choice in that one, I will say. It looks a lot like an unlit model. Probably not being rendered in engine or something like that. And so the one on the top left there, it has to be a drawn image because it's also got the color palette on it. See a bunch of different designs for the thwomp faces. This is interesting. Not really. This is all kind of just. It's interesting, but it's not what I'm looking for. Also, here we go. We got kind of like a wireframe here, like the general layout of what they want it to look like. And how you like put the parts together, almost like how you fold it in a way. But I think it's more like putting the parts together because I can see it at the very base of that white tower image right there. That the front and the side of the stone base are not attached to each other. So that's probably more 3D modeling than it is actual folding. But gears. It's still interesting to see how they do all that stuff. All the stages here. This seems to be a little more like the final art. I can see on the image in the top left, there's a lot of Goombas right there. It's very simple interiors for the one right next to the Goomba image, but nothing really to make out. It's a very simple geometry, it seems. So it could just be an image. Probably. I'm thinking too much. It's like it's early screenshots, but it's probably not. Some art for Mario's gun. You don't get to say that too often. We have toads with purple. They're purple toads, Koopa Troopas, but they have green shoes. So it's probably just art in this case. But it's nice. Maybe it's a sticker. Maybe the stickers were a lot bigger. Maybe that's why it's all purple. Because the stickers in the following game are, I think a lot of stickers are purple. Anyway, desert stuff. Oh boy, I love this. So we have Sweet Paper Valley. This all looks, honestly, not that interesting. Pretty much the same, except there's green bushes instead of dried bushes, and they're a little flatter, less 3D. Breezy Tunnel, more or less the same. I noticed a little more minecart track, I think, and a mushroom, but everything looks largely the same. I don't know if the boot car vendor's stall was blue like that. But yeah, nothing too interesting right here. Largely pretty close to the final. Boring, 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 boring. Now, I think Color Splash had this stuff as well, and there I got to think about Color Splash again. But it's in the e-manual. And I just, again, I kind of miss manuals. It's just somehow looking through that stuff. And e-manuals, you know, I take that too. It's not physical, but that's not a huge deal, I suppose. Oh, this is, I'm thinking something like this. I think, so this is Breezy Tunnel Ideas. We're missed out on a Paper Macho factory. Oh, that's huge. And then Mario's wearing the Goomba mask. It actually could do something more than its one specific use. This is a huge missed opportunity. I would have loved that. I was just thinking of that when I was thinking of Color Splash. I guess I got that mixed up. This is very purple. Very purple, but nothing too spectacular there. And all those 5 toad points for something that just looks pretty similar. I noticed the luggage carrier is in a different spot, and that's all about I can say. It's just like the most interesting and immediate thing I could point out with that. So this is all. Come on, give me some really juicy early developmental secrets. Come on, I want to see that so I can ramble on about it for the next 6 minutes. This is a little. That's not a hotel room. That's the inside of the 2-room apartment building. It's just a little different. I think some different colors, but nothing too interesting going on there. And there's all the different tiny images. Nothing too exciting there. Oh boy, I gotta look through all these. Oh, the different statues is kind of interesting. Golden chicken one right in the middle. But this is I'd say nothing too immediately interesting to me, I'd say there. That's pretty boring. I mean, it's statue shooting fire. That's never boring, but you know, nothing too. You know what I mean. Now this looks different. The trick door. Trick door. What is this? And I'm not sure what this room is. It reminds me of Color Splash, the temple in that game when there was spikes and to go through the like cardboard hexagons to go across the spikes. Temple of Shrooms interior. Now this reminds me a lot of the original Paper Mario, the Temple of Shrooms or whatever that was in that game. A room very similar to this was laid out. Just like you come in from the side, there's like a pedestal on the other corner of the room. You go up there and you get something, and I think there'd be like a scripted fight after you got something. This is very, very similar to the original Paper Mario. So I'm a little, in a sense, a little sad that they changed it, but also it's fine being original. You know, who cares? I noticed there's a bunch of what looks like red toads, not yellow toads there, so that's the biggest difference. And again, red toads, the movable wall's a little different. All the pillars are pointed to the side and not aligned together. This looks more or less the same. I see a question mark block, but I don't think there was one there. The final game, the light up floor, whatever. I think that is. Oh, we got one more panel. And this is more desert stuff. Oh boy, the desert, not extremely interesting. This is pretty close to the final. I don't see a pedestal with any text on it, so that's a major difference there. Ruined houses, it looks more like an excavation site than it does in the final, which I don't really mind that. You know, a little variety. But, all those boxes would have inevitably added more brown to the yellows. That's not too interesting. This room definitely got a major overhaul in the final game, And I can say I like how it is in the final more than it is in that image. So this seems to be set up a little bit differently. Mostly the bow or the bow, however you pronounce that, looks a little different. Different tables, definitely way different chairs, but everything else looks largely similar. In essence, this again actually looks somehow pretty similar. Like you'd expect there to be a lot of miniature differences with everything going on in this image, but everything more or less seems to be laid out more or less the same. It's skipping exactly how everything looks on top of my head. Now, there's a lot of little things here, and we are seeing what seems to be potentially early screenshots. It's hard to say over there in the bottom left, because kind of the top left as well, because everything looks very unlit model going on here, especially right there. More on the bottom right, you can see next to the paintings underneath the folding chairs. That very likely could be an early, screenshot of the game. You notice that Bobby here has his fuse, but down there back in that one, less textures, a lot less detail, obviously, and the lighting is obviously a lot different, which I blame mostly on the fact of the textures. There's also an early treasure chest in that image as well. Also, Gooper Blooper. Oops, very different Gooper Blooper, lacking a lot of different details there. We see some splatters. Apparently splatters must be modeled and textured after ripped and shredded paper. We see some guy's finger jump scare. I can't believe Paper Mario devs are real. This, again, mostly just kind of, concept art of the final versions of the levels. Not the juiciest stuff in the world. This is interesting. There's more origami cheap-cheeps down here than there are in the final game, I do believe. Bunch of different boat designs here. A lot of different boat designs. Big undersea designs over there. As for the boat designs, I'm not the biggest fans of the ones that look like Mario. Like the one on the bottom right. That one I don't like that one. The one, fourth row middle, not a huge fan. We see a lot of boats here that kind of look like I think the boat from the beginning of the 1,000-Year Door, if my visual memory is serving me correct. There's some kind of similar designs, I want to say. I don't hate the final design. I think it's probably one of the better ones. But I can't say I like really any of them, because the final design's kind of boring, actually. Not too much going on here, I want to say. But, whatever, I'll just take boring over something I don't like. Question Mark Island. They didn't put any paper mache or stone spikes on that, but I don't know, was there supposed to be one there? The Origami Workshop. This looks different. It's hard to say exactly how. I noticed I think the thrones are missing over on the desk in the top right corner. But other than that, everything looks pretty similar. Because I don't remember exactly how that room looks. There's a lot of little details in that room, so it was hard to say. Really, honestly, nothing too interesting there. And it's very visually pleasing, I will say that, but not too much to ramble on about. Diamond Island, at least this one has a door, unlike the treasure model they gave us. Trial of Wisdom, that's boring. Yeah, it wasn't the Trial of Power. That's great. This honestly looks really, really close to the final. I think all it's missing is an obvious exit door from that wall. This again looks pretty similar. I think the pathway has more of an ice cube design going on there than it did in the final, definitely. But otherwise, looks pretty similar. We have a paper sledge bro. Place of an origami one, but that's still pretty similar. And this one again looks more or less the same. And pretty much in the same order as well. The elementals you needed. Earth, ice, and then water, then ice. From left to right. So honestly, that's boring. That's boring. Nothing there to really mention. Boo. This here is pretty much the same. I think there's a a little bit different with the tower designs. But, and I think the streamers on the bottom two pedestal things aren't blocking it off as the same as they were in the final, but I don't remember what that looks like. But really, not much going on here. Was there even a stream of taped toads going up there in the final? I don't think there was. One of the bigger differences, I say. Looks pretty much the same, from what I remember. Pretty much the same. Lame. This, again, more or less the same. The statues are a little different. I think they all have glowing eyes. Supposed to. I don't see any enemies. It's still a little iffy whether or not there's enemies in any of these pieces of artwork. And this looks pretty much like the final game, almost like verbatim. Like, there's no boat on the dock, but that's it. Alright, so that's the end of that. Time for the green streamer area. This should be interesting. We started off strong, this is all kind of boring. Now, this is different. I say like the beginning area, the first building you go to, that's all different. A lot of the baths are placed in the same spot, it looks like. The layout is generally the same, but how everything is largely different, like the designs of things. Like notably that thing when you get into the Shangri Spa from the sea tower, that's just like a pool of water, not even perfectly round. It's a piece of heavenly light in the final. There's like weird banners coming off that building. There is, you know, sunbeds, tanning beds, and an umbrella next to it. Nothing that's there in the final. I noticed that the speakers are different. The tower design, the speakers themselves are red. But other than that, like the shops over there, so there's quite a few differences here, but it's largely the same, and I can't sit on that forever. I gotta go with other things here. Now this is actually really, really interesting. Entirely because Mario is Tanuki Mario. And there's quite a bit of a smaller room, I'd say. It's expanded a little more in the final game. But it's very similar idea. Were there 5 rows of toes, or was it still 4 rows of toes here, 4 pairs? I don't know, but Tanuki Mario, that's cool. Weird. That Color Splash was the same way, just having random abilities. And now I'm thinking of this. Now we have Frog Mario. Frog Mario isn't even in this game. Well, sure, you got Tail in this game. That's Tanuki Mario, but like, why do we have Frog Mario? And this Kamek. Now this is it's title Shangri Spa early interiors. That is definitely true. Can't discount the fact that this is kind of interesting. There are pine trees in the background, in this very stony background. It's like kind of like half outside in a way. It's got kind of like a very Roman bath aesthetic to it, which I think is kind of what the whole area has. Now that I think about it, I think it being kind of stupid. This is presumably got to be the first bath area, whatever that was called. But it's quite a bit different. I can't. Like, the whole thing is different, so I can't go out and point out all the differences. Yeah, this is contrasted with the final spa design. I mean, nothing too interesting there. There's a lot of final designs. An early sketch. This is juicy. We have things hanging from strings. Again, early building designs. We have a square entrance pool. That's a whole lot different. That floaty spring down there, it's not the spring of rainbows, it wasn't the last one either. The spring of the jungle mist is attached with it by a bridge. Everything looks different. Still the banners and on that first building. We still have the sun deck chairs. Very different. Very similar. We also have like Boomerang Bro statues over there by Bowser's Castle. It looks a lot less destroyed here. Oh well. This is very interesting. This is very interesting. Finally, the juicy stuff. Base of the giant tree. This seems different. There's more of a pathway there. More lined with stones, some big forest stones there. But everything else looks, more or less similar. Were there toad statues next to that? I don't remember. The tree is a different color, but everything else is largely the same. I think maybe a few extra umbrellas. This is gonna be a long video, but yeah, a lot of different colors here. I'm noticing in the image on the left, see a lot of blues in there, and some reds, which is the final game doesn't have. A blue pathway in the one on the right, and that's quite a bit different. I noticed the big grass bushes, those are a different design, not finalized, likely. Kamek doesn't have Bowser Jr. with him, which he likely would in this case. Yeah, he would absolutely have to. Moving on. Ooh, there's quite a bit of stuff here. Yikes. So potentially in-engine renders. You know, I say that one on the bottom right there, that is very polygonal, very straight, very early design. That has to be like an early, you know, model. That's like, okay, we're testing out how this looks before we go back and add more, you know, details to it. This is very interesting. Early pathway, decision pathways. We see that there's kind of that gray one in the top. There's also one down on the left side. That seems to probably be a big whiteout view of maybe the early design, because it's getting mapped out. There's arrows pointing to different parts of the map. A lot of really interesting stuff here. That is really nice. Wish I could look at all these images individually. It's a shame it's going to be so low resolution. And we have the jungle entrance. Alright, so this is definitely very different. We see like the tree on the right there. That's very different, because the final game it's just a big tree. There's like a lot of different small trees, a lot of small branches and roots. Another Windows update notification. Shut up, Windows. But again, there was more of a straight pathway down here. This seems to be some really early art. I'm loving this. But if you don't care about this, you're probably not even watching. You probably clicked off the video by now. But if you're really interested in this, I'm taking you on a journey here, hopefully to the best of my ability. But this is super interesting. Oh, it went away. Thank you. And I think one of the biggest things to note here, like I want to point out all the differences, but the whole thing is different pretty much. Like I gotta leave that there. But I do really want to point out Mario in this case. You see, he has like, what's it called? Like streaks. It's not called streaks, but it's like blur, like animation blur on him. And I think remember seeing art from Color Splash, because that game had a system similar to this, where there was like, it wasn't in the manual, I think it was in that game's museum. You could see art from the game. And I'm reminded of like jumping sprites, like, you know, jumping sprite ideas, like where there would be like strings coming off of Mario, because that makes sense, and that's very similar thing going on here. That maybe they had planned to implement that in the game, or whoever drew the art for Color Splash, you know, wanted to re-implement that in the game. Who knows? A lot of things you could theorize with that. But that's very interesting. All these things from Color Splash making its way here to be equally unused. Jungle interior, very colorful, very colorful. I'm liking the lighting, very nice. But significantly more green and brown in the final game. A lot more varied colors here. A lot of purples, more reds. But it's very interesting. Alright, let's look at here. This is very different. Appears to be more of an actual 3D area. I see some ancient text up there. This is interesting. We have Mario using the 1,000-fold arms with Kamek, probably to maybe get that treasure chest off that ledge? I don't know. I don't know what that's for. There's clearly some text there. It says something in Japanese and probably has the motion control symbol in that dialogue box. But this is very interesting. I like the way this looks. I like the colors in this image. It's very nice. Very different. But what is this called? Oh, it's called Spring of Rainbows Path 1. Which I guess finished last. Nothing too interesting here. There's a pedestal in the middle. The host is a Sniffit, but everything looks largely the same. There's less of a camera setup in the background, and of course the name is in Japanese. But the camera's over there on the right. But this isn't. It's not too interesting. It's pretty similar. It's not that's not interesting, but you know what I mean. We have more stuff going on here. The pipe is orange. We have more like vector line stuff going on there. Japanese text that I just can't read. Camera stuff. We have a question mark block on the path of Spring of Rainbows. Don't see that too much in the final. But That's not really much going on in that one. We see different design here for the Steam Gust. Another question mark block thing, more vines, more plant foliage. It's a rope instead of a chain here, but otherwise, whatever. This is our last one for the green streamer. This is finally a lot of origami enemies, and I swear I see right there, down on the bottom left, there's a green origami shy guy. There's also one next to the stairs behind a Goomba, which I swear it has a different design. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I also notice that question mark block, front and center, right in the middle of the image. Final game, there's one on either side. One of them is a hidden block. Because I know, because I remember that, because I had to find that. Go back for that one. This looks more or less similar. I don't see a Bowser hanging from anywhere. But this is... it's kind of similar. Some statues. This is all like final design stuff. Boring. We do see spike rollers. Spikes don't use spike rollers in this game. I think there might be some unused data for that in the game. Because I know in the Spike's room in Bowser's Castle there are spike rollers in there, but Spike never uses it. It was likely intended for his attacks, but they use spike balls in this game. Probably be more in line with the other spikes, the Snow Spike and the Stone Spike. Anyway, that's the end of the green stream area. Now for the Origami Castle. This is not that interesting. A lot of flat colored paper planes. Telling game to get a lot more, you know, variants in their design. Cool. Bowser's airship. Potentially more in-engine stuff down there in the bottom left. Not 100% sure. I can see right there on the right side. It's very small image. What seems to be some like almost vague storyboard image for the big paper plane hitting the airship. Right below that's even smaller image, which I have no clue what that is. Looks more like the inside of Overlook Mountain. I almost swear that's what it is, the inside of Overlook Mountain, because I swear I can see like colored pencils sticking out of the elevator. Paper airplane squadron. I think some other designs going on here, but especially that black and gold one, but nothing too interesting from my standpoint. I think the clouds here are different. They're a lot more streamery. It's more surrounding the volcano. So, we see like kind of layout of how the sequence goes. Down there in the bottom right, some general design stuff. I don't think this is extremely interesting, maybe except for a very slight view of Bowser Jr. in the top right images with the big stone, not being in his clown car. That is true. That is true. This is in large part more or less art of the final version. We only have one panel with this one. Okay, whoops. I did it again. Ah, crap. Yada yada. But I think this is pretty much everything. Unless I think I probably gotta go back and beat the final boss to come back and get everything else, because we have 6 of 6 here. Everything else has a star. So that was largely useless. Thanks, game. Thank you. But oh well, it's the lights off on that one. This is the Origami Toad Gallery. I should definitely have everything here. Now this is a rather unique exhibit, where we are pleased to offer you at the Musée Champignon. Behold, all forms of weird and wonderful origami toads. The more of these unusual creatures you rescue in the wild, the more will appear here in our gallery. Without further ado, please feel free to use or browse a collection at your leisure. This is 100%. Cicada, fried egg, flower, purple butterfly, yellow tulip, swan, blue butterfly, red butterfly, flag, red tulip. This is like Gundam Memory Lane. Yellow butterfly, yellow mushroom, informational sign, dog, scarab beetle, grasshopper, blue fish, round fish, prairie dog, red mushroom, green beetle, lame, yellow beetle, pamphlet, pennant, tower, and a pencil. It's kind of ironic. That paper thing becomes a pencil. Blue thin fish, leaf, monkey, fish, heart, butterfly, chestnut, beetle, dragonfly. I'm just looking through this. Lantern, shuriken. I'm mostly just kind of getting through all this stuff here. We have a cat, calico cat, bonsai, swearfish, and a cactus. Very interesting. Shovel. I like that one. Skull. Decent. Snake. Beetle. Scorpion. Mushroom. Flower. Lizard. Another cactus. Another pennant. They shamelessly reuse these things. Also, that's the only one. Here. Only, that way. Even less here. A vase. Sign. Fish. Heart. Rabbit. Round fish. And that's everything. Now, of course, we have our treasures. Quite a bit of stuff in here. I came in earlier, so I'm gonna have to read this stuff for you. Do you find yourself collecting so many collectibles that you become overwhelmed? The Musée Champignon is your service. At your service, we'll store your collectible treasures free of charge. In this gallery, you can view all of the collectible treasures you've collected, and learn how to unlock even more. Those are collectible treasures. Collectors might even earn a trophy or two for their impressive efforts. Keep collecting collectible treasures in return here to admire your ever-growing collectible collection. So we're flawless on for 1 through 60. Castle, mushroom, Grand Seppi, torch, the speaker, coins, pencils, rubber band, hole punch, tape, all this stuff. Log cabin, Mario, always great to see that. We have Bowser, because it's only 15 per slide. It's 4 slides, so it's 60. Manhole cover, still a lame one. Polar Bowser, all this stuff. Rock, Shelvation is near. Still sounds threatening. All this stuff. More leaves, just rocks. It's just rocks, wow. Tram is nice, confetti bag, cool. Totally suits, that's nice. Crates, kinda lame. Sign, whatever. Bench. Canned tuna. Wow, how exciting. I love tin cans. Luigi, number 50. But number 1 in my heart. All this stuff. I hate these things. Ugh. Why, you can read these things? Oh, no. Don't tell me I've got to read all this stuff. Yeah, I'll look through some of this. Whew. Princess Peach's beautiful yet tasteful castles. No wonder King Ali wanted it for himself. The valuable resource for restoring March's HP. Mushroom and Day keeps game over is at bay. Honestly, I'm not going to read all that. That's just way too much. Lockbox. Paper Macho Boo. And the boot card. Number 61 through 120. Missing a couple. Cactus. Spiny. Pokey. Has Pokey. All this stuff. Lovely. Some pretty decent ones here. Pretty decent treasures, I'll admit, in this slide. Also, pretty nice ones here. 78. Don't know why I took that long to get the hammer. This one's kind of iffy whether or not that's cool. Just whatever, but, I don't really know what I'm saying. That one, I'm not a big fan of this one. It's kind of lame. This one doesn't, of course, have an entrance. Strange. All the idols here, I don't know if they're really necessary for, like, treasures or water buckets. Kind of lame to have. There's Sweet Sap logins. Okay, we did technically get Old Grand Sappy first, so I shouldn't be too unhappy with that. So, stamp booth, cannon. This is some pretty nice stuff here. That one's cool. Can be found somewhere in Toad Town. Looks like telling me that. Those are the last two that you get after you beat the final boss, which I'm not exactly happy that I have to do all this stuff afterwards. I did see that there was a special cutscene that you get if you 100% the game and then beat the final boss. Maybe you have to do it twice? I don't know, why would you have to do that? It is my pleasure to introduce you to one of the exhibits I'm most proud of. It's our Origami Character Gallery. You'll find perfectly preserved origami specimens for your journey. From your journey as you defeat old soldiers in battle, we swoop in to preserve their forms for posterity. I do hope you'll take the time to marvel at those wondrous creatures, these, without fearing your own demise. The word posterity, you know what that makes me think of? SpongeBob. I just snapped my knee. Ow. Oh, only 2 slides here. The reason is because there's an episode of SpongeBob that has the word posterity, and it's just like, it's such a big word that you wouldn't know if you first saw it. And like, SpongeBob's a show for, you know, children. Why'd you put in some random word that no one's gonna know what it is? Though at home at the sea, they're not shy about jumping out and attacking passerby. You've been warned. I'm not gonna read this either, as much as I want to. I'm missing some in here. Oh, why am I missing some in this? Ah, that stinks. Alright, well, that's good to know. Let's keep in mind here. Who am I missing? Pokey. Interesting. I had to go around and find some of that stuff. But I'll do that on my own time, and the Mecha Koopa, which is in a lot of areas for some reason. What would I be missing? That's a good choice. Oh, I'm missing one here, too! Great. That's just fantastic. Yeah, I know I want to find them. I'm just gonna look that up. Missing 2. Hammer Bros. A lot of bros. And there's the Slider Bro. Oh, man, darn it. I thought I had everything. There's so many collectibles in this game. Which is, you know, cool if you like that, but it's kind of becoming a pain. But more to the reason, the episode that the word posterity is from is Tunnel of Glove. And I absolutely hate that episode. It's awful. It is a horrible episode. I mean, okay, it's not like, you know, it killed my mother kind of bad, but I still really, really hate it. Only 1 page for there. And part of the reason is just, one thing that always kind of sticks in me is because it's one of the few episodes of SpongeBob that scared me when I was younger. And specifically the sequence that really got me was a sequence where like all the animatronics in the ride like start going rogue and they got like red eyes and like turn around like groaning. That scared me. Which like that's unnecessarily scary for an episode of SpongeBob. Then again, we also have the episode of Krabby Patty Creature Feature, which is that's a weird one. I actually like that episode. You can take an auditory tour of all the musical pieces you've heard in your adventures so far. Naturally, as you progress through the world, your library recordings will expand. Specifically, once you have repaired all of that bottomless holes in a given area, its sounds will unlock. To check your progress, simply open your map from the game menu and check your fix rate. We do hope this incentive system will motivate you to fix as many of these unfortunate holes as possible. In the meantime, please be enjoying the lush audio recordings you've collected thus far. I'm missing some in this area somehow. Don't ask me how I'm missing some. It took a while. Anything else in here? Nothing too interesting so far. I have no clue how I'm missing anything. Guess after the green one it has to be. Guess I gotta beat the final boss. There's so much crap I gotta do, man. Picnic Road, Overlook Mountain. Missile launch. What's going on? Come on, anything else here? Restroom battle? Event battle thinking. I don't like that one. Oh, this is a good one. But, alright, let's... Anything else in here? That's all 5 pages. But, like... It is... Just gonna go scroll through these, just look through these, see if I'm missing anything, mostly, and read what they all are. But, like... Again, Tunnel of... Like... I just don't like that episode. I wouldn't say it's particularly funny, and it's always got the fact that it's just... It just creeps me out. It just disturbs me. And I don't really think an episode of SpongeBob should do that, and I shouldn't be... I don't know why I'm talking about SpongeBob. But, like... And again, like I said, I do kind of actually like the episode of Krabby Patty Creature Feature. It's a fun one, despite how actually legitimately disturbing it is. And the fact it probably would have scared me if I was, like, 7 watching that episode. So, I'm a hypocrite. So sue me. Okay, I know for a fact I've got all... I'm fairly certain. This is a great song, by the way, but... Yeah, I'm like 100% certain I've got all the holes finished here. I might have to go look at the map like a third time after I'm done looking at this, but alright, so... That's all of that. Korean streamer. One last thing we're gonna look through here. Bear with me now, bear with me. I'm missing one here. Why the crap? Why the crap am I missing stuff? What in the world? No, I resent that fact. I resent that fact. Okay, we're gonna look at this. Toad Town. Only one that doesn't have a star so far. I'm seeing stars everywhere. Alright, looking. Here's a purple one. Nothing with no stars. There's nothing with no stars. I have everything. Alright, so I didn't get all the treasures I wanted. All the trophies, more accurately, but... Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm gonna go... popped up on my earbuds. Why did I swing my hands everywhere? Okay, so thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Or hopefully things will be a little bit better. I should have the 200 battles won. And, then I'll probably get the final boss. So... Catch you guys then.